Alright, I think I'm going to try to bench test the iBooster. So this is the harness that goes to the iBooster. These are all the wires that were clipped that went elsewhere in the car. So I've got off of the interwebs a nice little diagram of all the wires and what they go to. I've got 7 wires to extend on this, and then I need to attach them to 4 inputs that are on the iBooster over there. And then if I apply power, it should work, and I'll be able to test it by pushing in on the push rod and see if I get power. So first things first, let me do some wire extensions onto these. So this is the fully spliced harness for the iBooster. I've got the power, 2 power cords and a ground here, and then these are the communication lines that go to the sensor. On my laptop here, I've got the code for which ones should connect to which. This should be 1 through 4 in this order. No, I'm not actually sure, because the latch here is on the bottom, and on this, the little key that it latches onto is on the bottom. So I actually think it must be 1 to 4 this direction. Okay, that's good to figure out first. So 1 connects to pin number 22, which is this green wire. There we go. Now 2 goes to pin number 2. I've got 3 power cables in. 1 is the ground. This one is 12 volt permanent with a 40 amp fuse. This one, which will go to a 5 amp 12 volt positive. This is only going to be 1 switch. Okay, so that is powered. The thing about this iBooster is that when I got it from eBay, it had a mostly full reservoir of brake fluid in it, which means they didn't drain it. They just cut the brake lines and snipped the cables, and they sent it to me straight out of a car. So I can assume, even though I sort of drip emptied this by turning it upside down and letting it empty out that way, I can assume that there's still brake fluid in the master cylinder, which means when I test this, it's likely to shoot out of here pretty fast and make a big mess. So I'm going to put a big plastic bag around the whole booster before I test this to hopefully catch any flying brake fluid. Power supply is plugged in. This is all attached, and I flip this switch and we'll see what happens. Ooh. Wait, okay. That works. Wow. Okay, I think that's exactly what it's supposed to do. And we're not getting any brake fluid shooting out, but I can see it moving within the reservoir. All right, let me turn this off. Okay, now no power going to this. Yeah, I can't press this at all. Turn it on. And in and out it goes. So exciting. I'm real excited that this works. I got a great deal on it from eBay, and I have a solution for my brakes. Today I want to try and mount this, and the stud lineup is perfect. The problem is these little studs are just a bit too short. And so the solution is to drill the hole in the bulkhead a little bit wider, add these little extension bolts, and then put on extension studs on the other side. Because unfortunately you can't remove these from the unit and put on longer ones. So what it's gonna mean is I'm gonna have to cut them about 1/2 inch from the end so I can attach the stud right there and then add the extension. So it's gonna be a little bit interesting, but I'm gonna start by trying to drill out the holes wide enough to accept this little nut. So now with the bolts in there, I can get a nice flush mount. Now I just need to extend the other end so that I can bolt it on the other side of the bulkhead, but that is gonna mount. Just to protect the metal that I cut and drilled through, just gonna hit it with a little primer for now. All right, so measure just how much of this I need to cut off. That cut through pretty smooth. Yeah, see, that's gonna work. And that's all the studs now shortened. Now I'm gonna go cut the bolt ends of these off and create extensions. 4 extension bolts. Let's fit this together. I'm gonna put this gasket back on there. I'm just gonna give these a little bit of a tightening up. Not over tight, just snug. Now to put these on. And get them just nice and snug. All right, that's pretty solid. They slide through. Nice. Okay, so that came through and it fits nicely. Now I'm just gonna put a couple of these bolts on, hold it in place. Sit just like that. Well, thank you, Honda, for not changing anything about the geometry of this in 45 years. Next time I'll get to fabricating the motor mounts again. It is an ongoing, slow process for sure.